my God, this is a remove for me. Not because I don't love Miss Girly. Miss Girly was doing the thing, holding me down. Here's some of the routine that I'm actually running right now and putting them in the framework live. Let's see what gets paused, what gets replaced, and what might be having to leave my rotation. Let's start. Keep this the Caudalie Vino Sun Protect. It's a mineral sunscreen. It's SPF 50. It's giving me a lot of the protection that I need from the UVA and UVB rays. And honestly, mineral does matter, especially on black skin. Depending on what you're going for, that may not be the worst. So every morning, no exception, this is staying. And on my barrier heavy days, my Avenay is swapping. Another keep. This is the Hermes Plain Air Trio Mineral Powder. So we have 3 different powders in there. And this one is really for that visible light. We were talking about there's the UV light, there's the visible light that's from windows and screens and things like that. This is gonna protect that. Mineral powder has iron oxide. Iron oxide is what closes the gap between the sunscreen and literally what protects us from that PIH. So it's 2 products doing the same thing. A lot of people get tinted moisturizer. That's another way you can do it. But if you're not getting a tinted moisturizer and you're just gonna put a sunscreen on, a mineral sunscreen, you're going to need a mineral powder. That's why I love this one so much, because it's so light and it's so great on the skin. It feels like I literally have nothing on. So yeah, this is a key for me. Tretinoin 0.05, 1 to 2 nights maximum per week, even only in prescription. I'm not stacking this with anything else. Absolutely, you cannot stack this with any other active. You will get that dermatitis. The reason it works for me, and maybe not for everyone, is the routing. When I didn't put the moisturizer that I needed to put on, I got that dermatitis. So really, you want to seal it. You want to have a moisturizer, Tret moisturizer. And that way, you're literally sealing this thing and you don't get that irritation. That's the biggest trick. If you're not going to do the moisturizer on the front end, you definitely have to put it on after you put the tretinoin. And nothing else is going to be competing with this, honestly. Keep azelaic acid, morning, and even on some, I would say alternating on and off, tretinoids. Azelaic and tretinoin work on PIH, but on different pathways. They're not doing the same thing in the same way. Azelaic is stopping the enzyme that's producing excess melanin, excess pigment, right? And then, but Tret is accelerating the cell turnover. So you're getting 2 things working at once. This one stops things from looking darker and pigmented and overly pigmented, of course. And the other is making sure that your skin is constantly being renewed. Before I was on Azelaic, 100%, this does work. And I want to just say, this will 100% be a keep. If Azelaic were to plateau and not to work for me anymore, I would reintroduce this on an alternative basis. Keep this. The same logic, all right? That's gonna be stopping the melanin production, meaning dark spots aren't excessively showing up on my skin. There's no need for me to put another dark spot corrective serum on my face. It worked when I needed it to work. Someone has to take a time out, someone has to rest. Oh my God, this is a remove for me. Not because I don't love Miss Girly. Miss Girly was doing the thing, holding me down. But with tretinoin, why would I have a retinoid as well? Again, there are days when I can swap, maybe pause on and off, where I could put this on if I don't have tretinoin. But if I'm using tretinoin at 1 to 2 a week, there's really no need for me to overlay. Love Miss Girly. If you're not on Tret, Miss Girly will do that work. Now remove another. Now this one hurt me to say, but for right now, as long as tretinoin is being used that many times in the week, it doesn't make sense for me to have another retinoid working. And this is a really powerful retinoid. I really saw results super quickly with this. And I don't want anyone by any chance to say, oh, this doesn't work. This absolutely works. But with tretinoin, I'm asking too much of my skin. I don't want to do that anymore. Overlapping all of these, it's just doing too much. So that's why, unfortunately, this is a rule for me too. Once I cycle of tretinoin and I don't feel like I need it that much anymore, I don't need a turnover, these will come back in my routine 100%. For now, we're gonna pause. Now this one, 100% replace. I love this. This is actually my second bottle. Bought the first one in France. I will keep buying this because it does brightening, but in different way. On my brightening days, this will be used on my skin because I really do feel that it does work. And the replace here isn't the product, it's the frequency. Due to my frequency of using it all the time, that's why this product will be replaced and bought again. Ooh, and then buy next. I already have an order that's coming in literally middle of this month. I told you the Avenay is coming back in. I need that barrier cream and SPF in one. I don't have to make 2 things do the same work. I have another hydrating lotion and another B5 hydrator. I have a lot of barrier creams coming in. Again, because I am using Tret. Tretinoin will dry your skin out. You gotta hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And that's the one thing I'm really kind of pivoting more towards. Gentle cleanser, hydrate, gentle cleanser, barriers. Are you with me? That's my audit. Because a common reason for dark spots on black skin isn't the active, it's that your barrier isn't enough. Like I said, if you moisturize before you put Tret and then you moisturize after, you'll be fine. If you get lazy with one of those steps or both of those steps, sorry to this girl. So here's what I'm actually running right now. You're gonna see me document that over the next 3 months. Obviously, the AM routine looks a little bit like the La Roche-Posay Gentle Cleanser. We're gonna be using that on most days. Then we're gonna switch off to the Revision Skincare on Saturday. And then, like I said, the Kiehl's is still here to stay, but it's gonna be on my skin when I'm not using Azelaic. I'm not using Azelaic every day yet. So the days that I'm not using it, I'm gonna be using the brightening lotion, because again, we're tapering off. Then you have your Azelaic 15%, the gel one, that's the one that I have. Then sunscreen, SPF, of course, lock it in. Then the Hermes Trio palette for the visible light. Do you see the layers? And then evening, so we're gonna do cleanser, tretinoin, gentle moisturizer over anything else. Again, you could double moisturize if you feel that your skin is really needing it. I recommend double moisturize from the get-go. We have cleanser, we have moisturizer, tretinoin, moisturizer again, because you want to keep your barrier locked in. Now, if you feel like I'm doing too much of the moisturizer, that's fine. You can stop one before you put the Tret on. So you just put cleanser, Tret, moisturizer, and keep it moving. But I think you're gonna need that extra moisturizer. Wednesday is barrier night. Cleanse, hydration, no actives. You just want your skin to relax, to chill. And then the other nights are handling different actives that are obviously not competing with the Tret night. The split really matters. Again, I go into this a lot with the research of what works for black skin. What are black people using on their skin and what's working for them? I don't want to just put something on my skin because maybe a dermatologist recommends it for everyone, but they mostly work with fair skin, right? With dark skin, I'm seeing what's working for us. And Azelaic acid trend, proven, works, great, we love that. Next, we need to split it up. Tret's it's not a daytime thing. Azelaic is. That's fine. So again, that's where some of the split is happening. And really, I'm trying to split them so we don't have another inflammatory load. Inflammatory load is what's gonna cause the pigment. So here's our baseline. This is week 0 skin baseline with just, sunscreen. I do have some acne scars, which I'll be working on with microneedling, but also those, just not too much here, but acne scarring on my nose, some pigmentation, some scars. That's really what the face is looking like. A zit that's still on its way out. Week 4, 8, and 12. I'm so excited. So 3 things and I'm done. I built a 5-point dark spot audit checklist. This is literally the framework we just went through, but in a guide, in a worksheet that you can use. Comment audit and I'll send it to you. 2, if you want me to do audits on your routine, the keep, pause, remove, replace, or buy next, comment, let me know. I'm opening the first round of audit edit spots this week. Link is in my description, check it out. And then 3, of course, we're building a whole full system around this framework. The skin edit, that's gonna be popping out when we're done. I'm Maria, this was the dark spot audit, and the next one's already in production. I'll see you next time.